Scottish banks scrapping over buying this much bigger English bank.
I don't claim, because I run a corner shop, that I can also run Tesco's. And it's that situation. I admire them, I like them, but I don't think they have the knowledge to run this business.
That really spurred on George Mathewson and Fred Goodwin. They were determined to prove their critics wrong.
Here you are, about to take on this slumbering giant, twice your size. You know, some people call NatWest a great dinosaur, and surely, at least in a kind of 5-year term, it can do nothing but slow you down.
Why we're so successful is we know the risks to take and we know how to manage the risks. And NatWest is an acceptable risk and it is a tremendous opportunity.
Fred Goodwin wrote the takeover document, and I think he did a remarkable job in that. I've always said that was his magnum opus.
In our offer document, we've set out 111 initiatives of things we would do to address cost issues. More importantly, we've set out 40-odd specific initiatives which we'd implement straight away to address income-related issues.
Fred was pivotal to the takeover of NatWest, and he was really quite brilliant. He knew the detail, he knew the numbers, he was very much inspirational.
The best we can do is to explain our case and explain the facts to investors and let them make their mind up.
Bids for NatWest close on Monday night. Then the city's big shareholders will decide.
Amongst the key decision-makers on the NatWest takeover were the city's giant asset management companies.
It was the day which would decide the deal. And Fred put his head round the door and said, "Mercury Asset Management, ma'am, have come out for us." And I said, "Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am."
Edinburgh is confident tonight that it'll soon be home to a major new force in banking.
The takeover of NatWest was a great moment for Scottish banking. After 100 years and more of English banks owning substantial shares or trying to take over Scottish banks, here was a role reversal.
The takeover of NatWest in January 2000 was seen as a great coup by the city, and soon after, George Mathewson was appointed RBS chairman. At the age of only 42, Fred Goodwin became chief executive. In less than 6 years, he'd risen from unknown accountant to running the third biggest bank in Britain.
The main headlines here at 11 o'clock. RBS shares plunge, nosediving through the course of this morning.
By mid-morning on the 7th of October 2008, with the Chancellor Alistair Darling returning from Luxembourg, responsibility for handling the crisis fell to Mervyn King, Governor of the Bank of England.
On the morning of the 7th of October, I was able to return a call to Tom McKillop, the chairman of Royal Bank of Scotland, who basically said they could not get to the end of the day.
Over the previous few months, Mervyn King had been made aware of the worsening situation at RBS.
Fred Goodwin would phone the bank and me personally to update us on the problems they were having. They had been able to borrow money for 3 months, and then it was 1 week, and then quite quickly they were struggling to finance their balance sheet by borrowing overnight. Now just imagine yourself trying to run a business where the only way you can stay afloat is to borrow vast amounts of money, tens if not hundreds of billions of pounds every night, repay it the next day and try and borrow it back all over again. Now markets were simply not willing to lend to him even for a matter of hours. They couldn't get to the end of the day. The bank was finished.
When you've got a bank in a mess, the bit that you can always do immediately and that you have to do immediately is the Bank of England simply lending a troubled bank money, what's called emergency liquidity assistance, to give one the space in which to sort out the permanent answer.
The Bank of England had made liquidity loans before, but RBS's huge size meant that it would need an unprecedented level of emergency funding.
We basically decided that we would have to extend whatever cash RBS needed to get through that day, but to get through the next few weeks. We had no choice. The banking system as a whole was going to collapse.
Mervyn King asked Andrew Bailey, a senior official at the Bank of England, to meet John Cummings, the Chief Financial Officer of RBS, to discuss how much the bank needed to stay afloat.
I know John quite well. He was quite stressed, obviously, and this was an unprecedented situation. So we talked about broad numbers. I think John talked about a number up to about £25 billion at that time, and that could be needed very quickly.
The Bank of England suspected that RBS would need much more liquidity than they were asking for, but lending vast sums of public money to the struggling bank created a new risk.
If we had simply said, well, today we are lending Royal Bank of Scotland £30 or £40 billion, I was worried that we would simply trigger a run on the bank. So I was determined that we would have to do this covertly.
The Bank of England secretly transferred government bonds to RBS, which you could then swap in the markets for cash.
It worked very successfully, and the operations did solve their immediate liquidity problems.
Alright, well, as you can see, I guess. I don't know why they won't let me show this video. I've got no idea why. Normally, it's just a documentary on the Bank of England. Well, not the Bank of England. Royal Bank of Scotland. No idea why they won't let me upload this one. Or stream it, at least. There's something in the algorithm. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. There's something about this algorithm that's like, it's like, don't say the word bank, dead, kiboshed. So that's a bit weirder. Yeah, that's just slightly weird. I've uploaded loads of weird documentaries. I did one about climate change. Didn't get killed at all. I've done loads of weird ones. Panorama didn't get touched at all. The last one that I just did. So why this one? Why is the banking thing so so mad? I don't know. Right, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna appeal to you guys who subscribe to all my channels, right? Because you always find me, you know, I'm always doing the same streams. If you guys support me on Patreon, I can do this on a webpage. I really can. And I'll put a chat box on it, because that's pretty easy to put a chat box on a web page, so that won't be hard. So you can all just chat the same way you do anyway. we'll set up a Discord so all you guys in the side chat, you can come in and just argue about shit in Discord, which would be cool, clearly. I mean, I've got a Discord now, but it's not really used that much, to be fair. It's a bit dead, if I was honest with you. And I just do it on a webpage, but it does cost a fair bit to do it. It's only because of the bandwidth limits, because video is a lot more than just obviously like talking or whatever. And it depends how many viewers you get on the stream as well. So if you guys want to help me out on Patreon, I can definitely do it on my server. But I just want to pay for the bandwidth, because it's going to suck the life out of it, basically. So you're just only going to help me pay for the bandwidth, really, more than anything else. I own my own server. I can do it right now if I wanted to, basically. But paying for the bandwidth is going to be a bit of a dick, because we've got a certain amount of bandwidth that we use, and there's other web pages on the server that we use as well. So that's going to be a bit of a dick in that regards. But you guys like what I stream, and I know you guys like what I stream because it's always politics and stuff. But for people outside, you can watch it. You don't need a VPN or any of that shit. Basically, if you chip in like $1 or something, and how many subs do I normally have? Like 2k subs or something. So even if like 30 is chipping, that's enough. You only need like $30 to cover the bandwidth, something like that. I think the cheapest one I could find was $20 or something. So it's not really that much, to be fair. But I'm not going to pay for myself if no one shows up. That would be a bit stupid. So I'll do it if I get enough patrons. The link's below. So if I get 30 patrons at $1 each, then I'll do it as a web page, basically. So that's the goal. $30 a month, and you will get your very own little web page where you can come and all chat just like on YouTube. You don't need to worry about the like or the dislike button or any of that shite. I'll put a schedule up on the page so you know when I'm doing it, because I know people do like the bell button. And also I'll archive the video, so if you do miss the stream, you can always watch the videos anyway. Then after a couple of months, I'll just delete the old shit and then just keep renewing it. So I won't keep the old shit for too long. Keep it for a couple of weeks, maybe a month or whatever. Unless it's important stuff, I might keep the important stuff like documentaries and shit like that, or debates. I'll keep the debates because we'd probably have to like have debates and stuff on there, so that'll be fun. And then yeah, you got a web page to do what we normally do, which is watch politics, have a laugh in the side chat, etc. Without being canned by fucking YouTube or whatever. I mean, I was thinking about going over to Vimeo or whatever the fuck that other shit's called, but I think I'll probably get canned by them. I don't know, I haven't tried, but I know I definitely can't do it on Twitch. Twitch will definitely can me straight away. So I don't technically want to use my Twitch channel. But yeah, if you guys want to help out, the Patreon link's below. And the reason why I suggest Patreon is that's when we know we've got like the income to do it every month. Because all I just do is basically link the Patreon to the actual bandwidth of the server, basically. So yeah. Well, the thing is, I'll be the only mod if I do the page myself, but you will get access to the Discord. The patrons only will get access to the Discord, I guess, in a certain channel, and then we can always have scrubs below us or whatever. But if you're a patron, you get first come first serve kind of thing. I tried that before, but then when I give it out in the side chat, everybody used to join it. It's quite funny. Yeah, but whatever. I mean, I've got patrons now from the other channels, which is quite nice. But I haven't got like loads or anything like that. But I do want to keep streaming for you guys, because you guys like it and it's good banter. But as you can see, I'm not allowed to stream certain things apparently. I'm only allowed to stream shit that's not interesting But if you stream banking stuff, oh no, not allowed to stream banking shit. No, 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 no. Can't do that. Can't tell the people the truth. Okay, I'm going to do something interesting tomorrow. I'm going to actually do a little bit of investigating tonight, which I did last time, about money and currency, because I know where Laura wanted me to do that video again. So I'm probably going to do that. It takes a while to set up all the pages though, and be coherent and stuff. So I probably might do that as a little thing tomorrow. I was supposed to do one about prime ministers. I haven't got round to that yet, but the money one's easier, to be fair, because I'm well knowledge in the whole money system thing when it comes to that bit. Prime ministers, I'd have to actually do like a bit of research on that, but the money thing's not so hard. So I'll probably do one of them type videos. Hopefully when I get up tomorrow, this shit's still here. If it's not, I'll upload a video to the new channel, which will be probably one of my Let's Play channels, because I don't use it, so I might as well just use that one, abuse it. Yeah, I'll make a video and put the link underneath to where it should be. Normally I do it in the community link tab thing that people never read for some reason. But you need 1,000 subs for that, and I don't have 1,000 subs yet. I only have 989 subs, so we're 10 away from the community tab thing, which I don't think we're gonna need, because I'm guessing after, what was that, 3 community violations or some shit, this channel's probably gonna be dead soon. Like, that's how I get up, it's gonna be kaput. So I'll probably have to make a new video. There's no question time on tomorrow, by the way. They're gone. Question time isn't coming back until the 11th of September. So there's no question time on the Thursdays, guys. Just want to make you aware of that. So we're basically restricted to Politics Live and maybe Newsnight, if it's interesting, maybe. So we're pretty low on the political programs right now. And that's the thing, if we had the web page, I could upload other stuff that's interesting, like, you know, documentaries or shit like that. Because apparently YouTube doesn't like educational videos unless you own them, which isn't fair use policy at all. And especially with this new EU thing. Oh, I think they've changed the terms and conditions. That's probably why it's hampering me as well. I don't know. Well, maybe BBC has this uploaded already. I think if they upload stuff, it could be actually on YouTube. I doubt it though, because it's on BBC iPlayer. It's just interesting, isn't it, the way they just fucking turn off certain streams. Like when that billionaire was talking on TED Talks, they killed that stream. Remember that one? That was about banking and plutocrats. Oh no, you're not allowed to show plutocrats or rich people saying being rich is shit, etc. So I don't know. Anyway, guys, I just want to say thank you for you guys at least watching and subscribing to like my many channels and all that good stuff. So yeah, it's support mainly. It's not so much money, but it's support in the sense you guys like politics. I like politics. Banter's always nice. But we'll work on a webpage if that's what you guys want. In terms of me being able to stream anything that you guys want, then hit me up on the Patreon, or you know, throw some donations in, and it will happen. For sure, it will happen. Anyway, I'm gonna bugger off because clearly they won't let us watch this shit, and we'll see what happens tomorrow about the channel, because I'm guessing it's gonna be dead. I'm guessing it will be, so you never know. Anyway, I hope everyone has a good night or evening, depending on what side of the planet you are on. And I will catch you guys hopefully tomorrow. And if not, I'll post a video and a link to another said backup channel. So good night and God bless, or whatever. If you don't believe in God, then just, I don't know, whatever. Have a good night. See you later, peeps.